Hi Pisces, welcome to your end of August 2020 General Tarot Update. It's Rena here. So I'm recording this on the eve of a new moon in Pisces on August 18th at 26 degrees of Leo, if I'm not mistaken. It's at one of the later degrees, or should I say latter. And so for the vast majority of you, this is going to be in your 6th house of work, your daily routine. This is very Virgo-esque. And so this can be an experience where you are starting some kind of new regimen, routine. For Pisces, I think that this is significant because you tend to like to just go with the flow. Or sometimes it may feel like you're drifting because Neptune is your ruler, and Neptune isn't really about defining things in life, such as your, schedule. This is coming from a person who has Neptune in the 6th house, which is where you have this new moon. So I know of what I speak. So anyway, happy new moon, and I hope that for some of you, if you have been unemployed, maybe you're about to start a new job. That would be awesome. Sorceroras. Okay. This is a slightly modified spread from what I usually do, but very similar in theme. Just kind of... Alrighty. And I'm just like, totally, I spread out the cards and I'm randomly... It's like, why do I always get these same cards in a certain reading? Okay, there we go. There we go. And I wonder if this has something to do with that Leo energy, because the heart of the matter is the 8 of Wands. And that can be that forward movement, and definitely associated with fire energy like Leo, but kind of moving forward, kind of... I think of the phrase that just came into my mind is what Abraham Hicks or Esther Hicks talks about, shooting rockets of desire. So that idea of like every time that we want something, we're kind of like summoning it forth, and even towards us. But there is that gap between some, well, maybe if you're like a master manifester, you don't have much of a gap, but there seems to be a gap between when we want something and when the universe delivers it to us. So in that space, there can be this sense of a waiting period and wondering like, okay, when is this finally going to rock and roll? And it looks like it's going to rock and roll. And, I like to bring in the astrology and the transits to kind of get a feel for where is the action right now. And like I say, in the last half of this month, it is in that 6th house. That's where the new moon is. And that can indicate new opportunities for work, maybe exploring new avenues, but perhaps finally getting that call from a prospective employer. But this may be you were on furlough and now everything is gelling and getting back to relative normal. In the past position that has informed this situation, we have the 2 of Cups. But this can be romantic, because this can be reuniting with someone from your past and waiting for them for some reason, or committing to somebody. So perhaps somebody asked you, would you like to be a couple? Would you like to move in together? Would you like to get married? And you hesitated, or there were other factors. Perhaps you were involved with somebody else and you had to get that sorted out, whatever. So it's like, definitely that could be a romantic situation. But even with the 2 of Cups, this could be going back to a former employer. So let's say you got furloughed or axed altogether, and they told you, hey, are you still available? Do you still, we realize we actually need more people than we thought. Okay, so see if that makes sense to you. The spiritual takeaway from this situation, whatever it may have been for you, is the Three of Swords. And there are two possibilities. One is realizing the value of a clean break. So you may be back and forth with a, old lover, and when you're not with this person, you really think about all the great times. You kind of like what's the word? Not fantasize, but romanticize it. And then you get back together and you realize that it's not as great as you built it up to be, and then you break up again and wash, rinse, repeat. And that can just lead to spinning your wheels. There may be like a lot of attraction in that reuniting process that might feel really good, but then once the relationship becomes more, every day, nothing special. I mean, special in terms of being with somebody that you love, but nothing that dramatic, then perhaps you start to question the relationship. So, are you addicted to drama? Three of Swords can be feeling that you have been rejected. But Pisces, you are a very sensitive soul. So if this was a work matter and you got furloughed or something, or even let go, you may have made it about yourself. And that may have been unnecessary suffering. I'm not talking about the anxiety that can be generated if somebody loses their income. That's totally understandable, but I'm talking about taking it personally that you were let go and thinking that it meant that you were inadequate in some way, when it might have had absolutely nothing to do with that whatsoever. Sometimes they have that rule, last hired, first fired. And that may be what it was and had nothing to do with your ability to do your job. And if you have a tendency, Pisces, to just have a default inside of yourself where you automatically think the worst possible scenario, then it would behoove you to really look at that and say, why am I always thinking the worst about myself and about a situation involving me? And obviously we could say some Pisces may have low self-esteem, just like any other sign, but I mean in this particular area where you tend to downgrade yourself and not think that you have what it takes to do a job or what have you. But the Eight of Wands is that feeling of enthusiasm, raring to go, maybe happy that you're back in the game. What is coming in is the Nine of Pentacles. This is definitely good for your pocketbook. You can feel more in control of your money, feel like you are self-sufficient. Maybe you have been relying on a spouse's income to get you through your own unemployment, and now you feel like you can contribute to the household again, and that makes you have pride in yourself. If this is a relationship, a situation where you want to get back with your ex and you don't want to be with your current partner, you may feel like you don't need this other person to make that move, that you are maybe you are the chief breadwinner anyway, so it doesn't even matter. So you're kind of putting two and two together, or kind of connecting the dots. And then the outcome is the Strength card, and this is a card of enhanced confidence and, you know, maybe a greater sense of yourself. This is really connected to Leo. So if this is involving a Leo, if that Eight of Wands is specifically involving a Leo, then that would be just an affirmation card. But this sense of you've got this, if you felt insecure because you felt overlooked or rejected, I'm talking about like especially professionally, this can bolster your confidence that, you know, remember Sally Field when she said, you like me, you really, really like me. I think I might use that as the title. Okay, Pisces, I hope that you enjoy this. If you would like a private reading, I'm promoting 2 full-length readings for a special price. It's called The Whole Enchilada, and it's a full-length natal chart interpretation with the transits, some of the important transits. Oh, I almost got through this reading without clearing my throat. Some of the important transits for the coming 12 months, as well, you know, as well as looking at the natal chart itself, and then a full-length tarot reading. So there's other readings that I offer. The link is below. Thank you for watching. Take care. Bye.